Hello and welcome, or welcome back to my channel. My name is David Novak. I am going to read a selection of poems from Borderlines. This is an Everyman's Library Pocket Poets anthology. The first poem is titled Transmigration, and it is by Mai Der Vang. Spirit, when I flee this jungle, you must too. I will take our silver bars, necklace dowry, and the kettle forged from metal scraps just after the last monsoon. Among the foliage, we must be ready to see the half-decayed. You must not run off no matter how much flesh you smell. Nor should you wander to chase an old mate. Spirit, we are in this with each other the way the night geese in migration need the stars. When I make the crossing, you must not be taken, no matter what the current gives. When we reach the camp, there will be thousands like us. If I make it onto the plain, you must follow me to the roads and waiting pastures of America. We will not ride the water today on the shoulders of buffalo, as we used to many years ago, nor will we forage for the sweetest mangoes. I am refugee, you are too. Cry, but do not weep. We walk out the door. The next one is by Lorraine Healy and is titled, The Country I Flee From Daily. It is the only tendrilled country in the world. Its needy limbs reaching for miles, pulling me back into its despair. It has so many little voices announcing the annual revolutions, the catastrophes of each month, misery weekly. Everything there needs me back, the floods, the starving, the dark-souled, to witness as the coffers are covered with black velvet and disappear, to go behind the funeral procession and wail, so many gone. Return, return, plead the tiny voices. You'll have a place of honor at the wakes. You'll have sweet foods, but they don't even touch the silk robes of belonging, this blood of longing. The land's heartbreaking grasp, its smother, the dead keep quiet, but the soil that barely covers them calls out. But I am saved, I say, and I am far. At night the voices burrow in my dreams and pluck my broken heartstrings. They play dirges for the dead. They cry all night. I wonder if I was thrown a little bit at the word coffers, because what followed made it seem as though coffin might have been a better choice. So possibly a misprint, possibly an autocorrect. Who can say? This one is by Kimiko Han. It is titled A Flushing Villanelle. Slightly edited lines from The Case of Jane Doe Ponytail by Barry and Singer, New York Times. As she grew older, she caught and collected the enchanting butterflies zigzagging by the river, meticulously preserving their fragile iridescence. I want to go to work, the girl would say to her parents. I want to pick ginseng. Then she left for 40th Road, a gritty street of commerce in Flushing, where strivers, dawdlers, and passers-by are oblivious to what is transpiring. I want to go to work, the girl had said to her parents. I want to pick ginseng. More than once in a massage parlor, A man beat her about the face. An officer, a gun held to her head, forced her to perform oral sex. Once she had caught and collected the enchanting butterflies, and friends had marveled at her collection book, asking to keep one. She was fond of Heineken, Red Bull, and Colombian rotisserie chicken. I want to go to work, the girl had said to her parents. I want to pick ginseng. In the end, Cece, given name Songyang, fleeing a cop working vice, leaped from her balcony, hit the pavement, died in the ambulance. As a little girl, she'd caught and collected the enchanting butterflies. Her competitors considered her territorial and tireless. A shop owner said, I hear she was number one, young, pretty, and great service. She once caught and collected enchanting butterflies zigzagging by the river. I want to pick ginseng, little Songyang had said. She was a born worker. And the last from this book is titled Illegal Immigration. It is the absence, illegal immigration is the absence of a paper and the presence of a person. Oh, I see, that the title goes right into the first line. Illegal immigration is the absence of a paper and the presence of a person. A person with pages and pages documenting her movements is a convict, or undocumented. Who is made to say, my name is? Who is made to say, I am the child of? Immigration wants to know the names of your parents, the names of their parents. A people with lineage can still be scattered. Is the son of Abraham, is the son of Isaac, is the son of Jacob. People who do not know about documents do not need them. They have never needed them. A person with documents is the one who must bear them aloft. They will set her hand on fire. It takes place in the bathroom of a Border Patrol station. Kingsville, Texas. All at once, she needs to drink, piss, crap. Her period comes. The agent says, no, you can't go to your mother. Illegal immigration began with a law. It ends with a new law. She may not step onto a cattle car. She may die on foot, in the fields, in labor, in custody. You know what is happening. She speaks. She is speaking. My name is. I am the child of. See if that works. So as I have been doing lately, I will read some poems by the great immigrant poet Claude McKay. This is the selection that I recommend heartily. I am not a big fan of the complete works. Probably any good selection. Dover Thrift Editions has one, I think. I'm sure that's pretty good as well. So the book is divided into sections, and the first section focuses upon home thoughts of Jamaica, where he was born, and also just some scenes of his acclimation to his new surroundings. He may well have gone to New Hampshire first. I've read biographies of Claude McKay, but so long ago and don't remember them at this time. So this one is titled Summer Morn in New Hampshire. All yesterday it poured, and all night long I could not sleep. The rain unceasing beat upon the shingled roof like a weird song, upon the grass like running children's feet, and down the mountains by the dark cloud kissed, like a strange shape in filmy veiling dressed, slid slowly, silently, the wraith-like mist, and nestled soft against the earth's wet breast. But lo, there was a miracle at dawn. The still air stirred at touch of the faint breeze. The sun, a sheet of gold, bequeathed the lawn. The songsters twittered in the rustling trees. And all things were transfigured in the day. But me, whom radiant beauty could not move, for you, more wonderful, were far away, and I was blind with hunger for your love. The next one is titled, To One Coming North. At first you'll joy to see the playful snow, the to one coming north. At first you'll joy to see the playful snow, like white moths trembling on the tropic air, or waters of the hills that softly flow, gracefully falling down a shining stair. And when the fields and streets are covered white, and the wind-worried void is chilly, raw, or underneath a spell of heat and light, the cheerless, frozen spots begin to thaw. Like me, you'll long for home, where birds' glad song means flowering lanes and leas and spaces dry, and tender thoughts and feelings fine and strong, beneath a vivid, silver-flecked blue sky. But oh, more than the changeless southern isles, when spring has shed upon the earth her charm, you'll love the Northland wreathed in golden smiles by the miraculous sun turned glad and warm. The love of the immigrant for this country is unrivaled, I think. Next one is titled North and South. Oh, sweet are tropic lands for waking dreams. There time and life move lazily along. There by the banks of blue and silver streams, grass-sheltered crickets chirp incessant song. Gay-colored lizards loll all through the day, their tongues outstretched for careless little flies. And swarthy children in the fields at play look upward, laughing at the smiling skies. A breath of idleness is in the air that casts a subtle spell upon all things. And love and mating time are everywhere, and wonder to life's commonplaces clings. The fluttering hummingbird darts through the trees and dips his long beak in the big bell flowers. The leisured buzzard floats upon the breeze, riding a crescent cloud for endless hours. The sea beats softly on the emerald strands. Oh, sweet for quiet dreams are tropic lands. Of course, the great would-be destroyers of culture of this regime, meaning the Trump-Miller regime in Washington currently, would have a poet like Claude McKay locked up, disappeared to some third country with which he had no relation. Goodness knows how many poets are likewise today abducted and spirited away to God knows where, possibly disappeared forever. So I will conclude with something from my book Against Fascism. I'll put information about it in the description box. I was looking for this one the other day and couldn't find it. About Stephen Miller. Some have suggested he is the de facto or behind the scenes President Miller, quite possibly so. My poem is titled Stephen Iago Miller and relates an incident that occurred a while back. Though the information that he had been involved with this incident only came out around April 21st. Whether or not there has been more investigation into his role in the incident is unknown to me. Of course, the regime wants everything to be undocumented as far as possible. This book attempts to document very much of the early events which transpired. Things have gotten worse. Stephen Iago Miller. The plane was set to fly away, but had not taken off, when the court order came to say, "Do not depart, it's not okay. And planes in flight, do not delay, but turn round and come back to stay immediately." Cough, cough. From someplace in the rear was heard a mildly hacking sound to indicate one disconcurred. The court's directive deemed absurd, and contra court course he preferred. To disregard he gave the word, as to the court not bound. The person who assumed control, though this as yet is hearsay, was Machiavelli in his soul, nor cared he from how dark a hole his lust for power secret stole. For he stayed steadfast on his goal, which he adhered to fiercely. You know the man and what he does, a sly manipulator, who operates but makes no fuss about the right and wrong, because insidious triumphs happen thus. Stephen Iago Miller was the man and is a traitor. I will leave it off there. Thank you for stopping by my channel.